Hello, welcome to another Ready and Raw video. Today we are taking a look at the Tabletop Gaming magazine's Best Games of 2024 issue. I mangled that, but I'm not going to say it again. For those interested, it is issue 97. Almost knocked over the fucking camera because I am a cretin. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this because it's a big one. It's a very chunky magazine. But I wanted to record this video because it's fun. I haven't played too many board games this year, especially new ones. I think there's 2, maybe 3 board games in this magazine that I've actually had a go at playing. So this is very much going to be a case of me looking through this issue and going, that game looks fun, I wish I'd played that. / going, that looks fun, I might pick that up in the new year. So yeah, let's get into it. We start off with a advert for Star Wars Unlimited, the trading card game. I think it's a Fantasy Flight game, which Fantasy Flight games are often quite hit or miss, I find. So yeah, I don't know how well that's going to do. But yeah, I've heard I say I don't know how well it's going to do. It's a few sets in now, so it's clearly doing all right, I guess. But anyway, there's a forward from a welcome from the editor who runs I assume all of the social media accounts, but also is especially on the Tabletop Gaming magazine's TikTok page, which is a lot of fun. And I highly recommend you going and checking that out and give it a read / watch, because you don't read TikTok. Can you tell my brain is fried? I am ready for the year to end now. Going into the first couple games, Forever Home looks delightful. Seems to be about being unfathomably rich and about adopting dogs, which is something that I can very much get behind. Yeah, it looks very pretty, very idyllic looking. Yeah, nice little game. And That's Not a Hat is a bluffing game, which I'm a big fan of. About receiving a card and going, this is this thing, and then it's up to the other player who receives that card to either call your bluff or challenge you on it. Much like, as they say, the wonderful, wonderful, chaotic game, Cockroach Poker, which is such a fun game, but I love bluffing games. Ticket to Ride Berlin. I'm not a huge fan of Ticket to Ride. I think it's fine. It is a step up from Monopoly, at least. But I played it so much at a certain point in my life where I can happily say I don't really need to play it anymore. It's still it is a great game to get people into board games. If all they've played all their life is Monopoly. But, like I say, I think a lot of people have played a lot of this game, unless you haven't. Turbo Rally, no idea what that is, what they compared it to. Okay, Colt Express. Huh. I'm going to have a little look into that later. So I like Colt Express, it's fun. Don't know what that's about. That looks fun. like I say, a lot of these games, I'm like, it looks fun, but I have no idea what it is. But if you do, I'm going to try not to skip any pages. So if you see anything that you do enjoy, that you've played, that I haven't spoken about, then chime in the comments. Tell me, tell me that I should have come out for Come Sail Away, um, which looks interesting. Not really my thing by the looks of things, though. Yeah. But yeah, one thing I did get to play, Block Party. It's a lot of fun. It's very, it's a bit Pictionary. It's a bit, as it says, Obey the Clay, which is another great game about using blocks to depict whatever your prompt is. Yeah, it's fun. It's chaotic. It's a bit silly trying to guess what the hell someone's done with quite often a limited amount of blocks. Sometimes you'll have, it'll be, hey, this prompt in this many blocks, which is sometimes very silly. Yeah. Sushi Go, spin some for dim sum. I like Sushi Go. It's quite fun. I think it's a game that I'm only ever fond of for a couple rounds before it's like, yep, cool, we've played this now. But it's still a lot of fun. It's great for introducing folks to set collecting and things like that. Lem Space Agency is a game that I am very intrigued by. Yeah, it looks goofy as all hell, so I'm here for it. Pray Another Day. That art looks delightful. So, yeah. Also, excuse the sniffling and sniffing. I have a fucking cold and I fucking hate it. Imperial Miners, Medieval Academy. If I can separate the pages, that's definitely not one page. Come on. There we go. There we go. Snack Match. Looks, again, quite bright and colourful and delightful, which I guess makes sense because we're looking through family games. Come on. Captain Flip. And let's go to Japan. Harmonies. Looks fun. Odin, which they compared to Uno Flip, which is a superb game. I am quite often I'm not often one to jump on iterations on games that I already enjoy. I'm very much a don't fix what ain't broken. And Uno Standard is fucking superb on its own. But having played quite a few games of Uno Flip now, Uno Flip is fucking great. So if this game is anything like that, I'm in. That looks superb, so I'm gonna have to try and find a copy of that. Yep. Meeple design looks interesting. Some board game themed t-shirts and gift ideas. Mycelia, a game about cultivating mushrooms. Caution Science looks fucking fun. I enjoy party games like this quite a lot. It's just very funny to draw things and do things under pressure like this, and have to guess what the fuck people have thought it looked like. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Hollywood 1947 also looks interesting. A sort of social deduction game along the lines of Werewolf, which, again, big fan of, so I'm naturally going to have to see if I can give that a try. Cards vs. Gravity Pro. I think they missed a trick calling that Cards Against Gravity. I think they could have, like, it looks fun, but I think they would have done even better with a name similar to arguably one of the most popular games of the last decade or so. Oh, my pigeons. I'm here for a quick, snappy game title. So that's fun. Don't know what it's about. Try it if you like exploding kittens. So, yeah. CDSK, don't know. 9 lives, more cat-related nonsense because we all love a cat. And we are into the strategy games. Which is, I enjoy strategy games, but I don't play them too much because anytime I play board games, I'd often much rather be playing party games or miniatures games, just because I enjoy miniatures and I love party games just because they're a lot more loud and fun, and that's what, like, if I am choosing to socialize, I want to be socializing, whereas a lot of strategy games, they're a good deal less social. So yeah. Barcelona, like, a lot of this is a lot of Eurogame type stuff, which, again, I'm not a huge Eurogames fan. Not to say I'm not a fan of the YouTube channel Eurogamer. I don't like Eurogames for the board game genre. Or not even don't like, it's not a area of board games that I gravitate towards. Yeah. Portals looks lovely. Very tactile, chunky pieces, which I'm always here for. Yeah. Castle Break looks interesting. Artemis Odyssey. Yeah. Arx is a game that I have seen a lot of adverts for. Lost Ruins of Arnak, another game that I have heard almost universally good things about, but have never I have never played. Got there eventually. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. And the Princes of Florence. Wild Tiled West, another superb game. Title, I've never played it, but based on that title, you have my attention. Kingdom Death Monster, a game that I have always wanted to give a try, but it's £300+, so no. Yeah. That looks fun. Yeah, a lot of board games that I'm like, these all look fun and thematic, but oh my god. Unmatched is always fun. I played a couple games of Unmatched Cobble and Fog with someone who owns that. It was a lot of fun. I do want to buy it for myself because the minis look fun, and I think it's just a interesting game. Yeah. Then a double-page spread for Altered, which is like a TCG where if you own the packs, you own it online, which is not quite an NFT thing, but it's still a little bit NFT, which makes me feel a bit grim. So I haven't played it. I've, actively avoided it. We're still in strategy games. Coffee Rush looks fun. And always a sucker for a dungeon crawler. Catan Duel, okay. Catan, but sci-fi, and it's for 2 players. Catan is another game that I have played a good chunk of now. Yeah. Dungeon Saga Origins, another game that I do want to give a try. Just, again, I'm a sucker for a dungeon crawler. I enjoy dungeon crawlers. Banish the Snakes. Interesting. And an advert for War Machine, the new starter set, which I've been intrigued by War Machine for a very long time, but I've never had any real incentive to play it, so I haven't. Stifling Dark looks unique. Fuck's sake. I'm going to separate the pages. Sometimes a chore. I always forget they've got an actual shop where you can buy games. Even though I can't remember whether it was last year or the year before that, but TK Maxx had this for about half the retail price, and this goes for quite a bit of money. A big 3D Catan. I have to check TK Maxx again this year. Though I probably won't at this point, because I don't want to be doing anything this weekend, because I have a cold, and I'm heading back to the southwest on Monday, so yeah, I probably won't after all that's been said. Though they might have some stuff between Christmas and New Year. A lot of these games that I am seeing for the first time. Undaunted 2200 Callisto looks cool. I have heard so many good things about the Undaunted games, but never played them. And an Undaunted game that is sci-fi, so even more up my street. I might have to hunt a copy down. But yeah, Undaunted looks great. Another game that I really want to give a try, but I'm like, do I get this? Do I get that? And in the end, when there was a point earlier this year, a couple months ago now, where it's like I either get Fallout, Halo, or this. I ended up going for Halo because I knew I was almost guaranteed at least one person who would be interested in playing it. And we had our first couple games on Wednesday. And it was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. Okay. Didn't know that was a thing. That looks fun. Pac-Man board game. Advert for Element Games, which apparently is coming to London soon, which I am very intrigued by. I've done quite a few orders from Element Games, so yeah, we'll be interested to see what their London store is like. And now we are coming into the card games. So After Us looks interesting. Imperium Horizons. I've seen Imperium on shelves quite a bit. But I've never really heard anyone talk about it or play it. But it's one that I see quite a bit on when I visit Orc's Nest. So I might have to see if they've got any opinions on it next time I'm there. Because it intrigues me. The art looks different. Freaky Frogs from Outer Space. Again, really fun name. And yeah. And also Sausage, which is another game that I have really wanted to play this year, just because it looks fun and silly. And the box rather, is tiny, and I'm all for tiny games that I can just throw in a bag and take away with me. Yeah. Wait, was that all the card games? That was all the card games. We're into role-playing games now. The Job, which just by the comparison to Blades has me really intrigued. But that's the first time I'm hearing about it, so I'm gonna have to look that up. / look up more, because I have had a flip through this already and gone, yeah, I need to find a copy of this. Vaesen, Myth of Great Britain and Ireland. I have the core book of Vaesen as a PDF, and I need to hunt down this book, because obviously being British, and also being a big fan of the mythology of the British Isles. I want to see more, so yeah. Definitely gonna hunt that down at some point. Vaesen looks like a superb game. Tyrannosaur inside. That looks nuts, and comparison to Mask is also intriguing. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce that. I think I can pronounce it correctly, but just in case I can't, I'm not. Yeah. I'm fairly sure that's French. I'm not going to do that to anyone. Yeah. Basic role-playing games engine, which I'm always a big fan of. Dreams and Machines, another game that I'm very intrigued by, from Modiphius. I keep fairly close tabs on what's coming out through Modiphius, because of Fallout and mostly Fallout, really. And Dreams and Machines looks really interesting. That looks superbly different. Okay, never heard of that. I'm going to be looking that up too. I haven't even seen that page yet, so I'm gonna be Eat the Reich, obviously I own. I still haven't played it, but it's such an interesting book to flip through. Mothership, one of my most anticipated TTRPGs for the year that I still haven't played. So yeah, the fact that it's being recommended as a must play is good news to me. So yeah, definitely going to try and get a game of that in 2025. Brilliant Ruin, never heard of it. For the Queen, looks interesting. Another advert for Mothership. Yeah, it just looks fun. Ronin, another one that I'm not familiar with. June, Fall of the Imperium. I think that's another Modifius one, so... Mutant Year Zero, I am a big fan of the Year Zero engine, but I've never played a Mutant Year Zero game, so it's another one that I want to check out. I'm a huge fan of the Alien TTRPG, so yeah. Walking Dead universe, yeah, I was big into Walking Dead when it first started, so I'll be interested to give this a go and see what it's like. Huh. Interesting comparison. Yep. Advert for that. Oh, no. Deathmatch Island looks interesting. Yeah. D&D PHP 2024. And we are officially into the miniatures games. Borderlands, Mr. Torgs. Arena of Badassery. Obviously, I have an unboxing of on the channel. I've played a few games of it, and it's fun. It's fun. I'm kind of surprised it's here, though, because there are definitely a few things that I have a problem with. The minis are fucking cool, though. I need to have a proper read through of this and see what their opinions are of it. It's not a perfect game. It yeah, it's not a perfect game by any means. It has a lot of bits that I don't think it does too well. But I think it just about manages to pull off Borderlands. But beyond that, it's fun. It's an enjoyable game. Cyberpunk 2077, Gangs from Night City. Looks interesting. These last two sections are very much more my wheelhouse. Silver Bayonet Canada. I've never played Silver Bayonet. I observed part of a game a few months back, and it looks really interesting. Star Trek Away Missions. And for Miniature War Games magazine. Fury. Yeah. Yep. Port Arthur and that. I have no idea what those are. You can get Zero Zone Wars, which looks interesting. Don't know enough about Mutant Year Zero to comment on it, but it's Mutant Year Zero. And finally, a game that I really want to try, just because it's basically build your own ship and play games with it. I'm here for it. So again, expect at least a video or two of that some point between now and probably potentially never. But yeah, that has been Tabletop Gaming's Best of 2024. Yeah, a lot of stuff there that I've either been aware of and wanted to play, or has caught my eye for the first time, which is why I love when magazines and channels do things like this. So I also wanted to, spread the love for a great magazine. So yeah, thank you for watching this one. I am going to get some water because I can feel my throat getting scratchy and I need to blow my nose. Yeah, see ya.